a third time. I don't know how this is gonna work.
Try harder.
Try hard. That's what
Yeah.
she said.
Oh. What else are you gonna steal from me today?
I don't know. Anything that's good, anything I can use to create content, I'll take from you. That's my MO, didn't you know that?
I kind of do.
Let's.
What's the title of this live stream? Let's see what it says.
What does DI? I don't even remember. What did I put? What does DI?
What DIY semi actually do is
So I'm illiterate.
hooked on Pahonics didn't work for you.
I gotta grab my soda. I forgot it.
Where are you going?
Grab my soda. I forgot it.
Oh,
I'm not ready
man.
for this.
Darn right you're not ready for it. The man starts a live stream and then walks away. How do you like that? What do you got there?
Some Diet Coke.
What do you got there, Jenny?
Oh.
You watching out for your figure?
Yes.
Don't be breaking stuff.
You got too much crap in this office.
It's because it's a bedroom. I need an actual office.
I need a coaster. Need a coaster.
Here, just right here.
It's early in the day.
You want this load or what? It only pays $6.03 a mile.
$6.03 a mile in this market. Can't we do better than that? I mean, I watch YouTube and I see $10 a mile.
What DIY semi actually do is, can't you do better than that?
Actually do is? Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm illiterate.
It happens.
Yes, I want that load, by the way.
Let me make it happen.
Is this you so I can see comments if anybody decides to join us? Oh, okay. Well, I'll let you look at this.
So who you gonna copy today? How
Oh.
about I talk about a whole bunch of stuff and then you say that ain't it?
Well, I wasn't copying him. That was not my intent. It just made sense for the situation I was in.
Right.
You know?
Why aren't you out trailer trucking?
I'm out of hours. You push me too hard.
Too hard or not hard enough?
Nobody.
Obviously not too hard. You shut down last night.
Well, I shut down because it was unsafe.
And I approve.
Yes. It's because you're a good safety guy. Somebody's got to come in here for crying out loud. We don't have anybody in
Nobody
here.
likes an illiterate truck driver.
Nope, I guess not.
That's
So
what
when
I
does
just-
that load picks up?
Picks up Friday, delivers
Friday?
Monday. I'll print you a copy for your records.
Yeah, so this is what DIY Semi does nowadays. Just book $6 a mile freight.
All day. Take.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's just a notification.
We might have to get off here.
Cash is live in 30 minutes. Why don't you copy him quick?
Oh, yeah. Cash is King is going live in 30 minutes, huh? What are you going to talk about, Cash? Oh, now see, I got the alert. Birthday. What did it say? Birthday at the Country Pride or something? Is it his birthday?
I don't know.
Cash. Oh, my phone's right here. I was looking for my phone.
That's for you.
Oh, the broker that we love.
Do you need me to go load you that one too?
Yeah.
You need me to go load that load for you too, like I did today?
So you loaded the trailer I'm taking, but you're taking my trailer away from me.
Mm-hmm. Before you damage that one too.
This freaking guy. Before. I don't know.
It's a
I don't know.
preemptive
I don't
strike.
know if the YouTube
It's a
people know about that.
Preemptive strike. I ain't telling you. That's up to you if you want to tell anybody.
With Both Feet joined us. Hey man, thanks for coming in on this spur of the moment live. We're just checking out. Evidently, I'm illiterate and can't spell.
That's no comment on me. I can spell.
Yeah. So it's actually supposed to say what DIY actually does.
By the way, I'm raising the hiring standards.
Oh, we have to know how to read and write,
Yeah, that's going to be a qualification now.
and I guess do math.
Basic.
$6 a mile. This is what this guy does here. Booking $6 a mile freight. Or what was it? 604?
6 mile $1 freight.
Yeah. $6 a mile.
That's what I do is.
Do you know Don?
Don Schonger?
Yeah. Oh.
Don Schonger. How you doing, buddy?
Thanks for stopping in here on this quick prevent or what's I can't even talk.
Try words.
Yeah. Words don't fit well in my mouth evidently.
Not like some things.
I walked right into that one.
Don Schonger is usually first in the chat.
Well, he's second today, and that's probably because I only draw one person, two people. If we would have gone live on your channel, like I said,
Nobody would watch.
we'd have 50, 60 people in here now.
No, I don't have juice like that.
But
Somebody else. Oh,
what do we got going on here with both feet? Zing! Yeah, right? DIY is up full of all kinds of jokes. He thinks he's a regular comedian behind this desk here.
thank you. I'll be here all week.
I'm afraid I'm going to get hit.
No.
So yeah, no. DIY, let me ask you this. Honestly, what you went from a truck driver to now a fleet owner.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know what it technically is.
So, in all honesty, like, how much of your day is spent in this office planning out work for the people that are leased onto you?
The more the better. Things go better when I'm in here. On an average day, probably 10 hours. Sometimes then I'll work at night too, maybe another 3-4 hours. Lately, I haven't been in here as much as I need to be because I've been out moving trailers around and hauling freight, kind of piecing things together.
Not only moving trailers, you're also like actively trying to buy trailers. And
yeah, I just bought 2. One of them should be here early next week, and the other one I'm not sure yet. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Kind of waiting for it to get moved up from where it's at to the dealer closer to me.
okay.
But yeah, so that's that.
And then he's got us knuckleheads out there driving around.
Common scallywags.
No, I find that, I mean, honestly, I find it very interesting how you've transformed it literally in 1 year. I mean, you've grown.
Yeah, it didn't take that long for the pills and the surgery to work, huh? Oh!
Zing! As who said that? With both feet. With both feet said that earlier.
No.
Is it duck, duck, gray duck where you're from, Don? Or is it duck, duck, goose? Because that's going to tell me a lot about you.
It's only duck, duck, gray duck if you're from Minnesota.
It is duck, duck, gray duck. It's not duck,
Not
duck,
only out of
goose.
your mind, you're fired. First, I never heard that in my life until somebody from Minnesota said, "You mean duck, duck, gray duck?" I'm like, "No, duck, duck, goose. You heathen."
No, it's duck, duck, gray duck. So yeah, we're just sitting here in DIY's office today. Like he said, and it's not that I want to be here; it's that I'm forced to be here. I ran out of hours, and I don't.
Just for that, you're buying dinner tonight too.
Go figure.
Good thing it's dollar night, huh?
Yeah. What'd you? Oh, yeah, that Wednesday thing.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. So I'm interested in something.
You can talk to me while I work.
I can?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Can I ask you questions?
Yeah, but I'm gonna give just ridiculous, half-assed answers.
All right. Let me think here. Quit. Just work. Because now you put me on the spot. No, like I was saying earlier, I find it really cool how you've transformed your one guy, one truck, one trailer operation into what you have today. I mean, it's inspirational for one thing. for a guy like me, even though I'm leased onto you. I feel like, can you speak on people growing fleets while they're leased on to a carrier? Is that something that can be done here?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That's not a bad way to do it, too. By the way, it's as long as there's enough pieces of the pie for everybody, and right now there is absolutely. Constantly working on kind of new things. I just got an email about 15 minutes ago asking me to quote a dedicated round trip from Wisconsin to North Carolina and back.
And that's something that, let's hypothetically say if I had a truck, hired somebody, I could put them on that dedicated lane.
If I get it.
Yeah, if you get it.
Oh, that's just me. I just dispatched you on a load.
Oh.
And then this morning I got a request for a bid for a customer, and then they send you the lanes. I got a whole spreadsheet here with all the lanes on it.
Huh.
And it's in such small writing I have no idea what the hell it says. It's all cheese going to different places. I'll spend a few hours on that, putting in bids and stuff. A lot of the times you're bidding against so many people. Most of the time you're wasting your time filling these out, but you like to stay fresh in their mind, and then eventually someday you're gonna hit on something.
Well, and yeah, I
And
mean,
you don't learn what the rates need to be on certain lanes for contract freight unless you put the time in and try to figure it out. So I'll probably have 6-8 hours into just filling out this bid request,
my goodness.
and I about guarantee you I won't get any of it. And I've not won a bid on these lanes yet, but with the market the way it is today, you might win it. I might win one. I don't know. And then that lane, it's that lane. They said that rate would be good for. It would start on 4/1 of 22 and remain in place till 3/31 of 23. So it's it'll be a dedicated thing. Whereas if you bid it right and you get it and you get good money on it, hey, freight tanks, you still got that lane at that rate until next year at this time.
And then you go through the rebidding process, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've been sitting in here today with DIY looking at the freight lanes and bidding on loads.
And whining, I'm hungry. Don't you have anything to drink? What do you got to eat? I want a better chair. I'm not comfortable. It's cold
right.
in here. It's cold outside.
How am I going to put the phone up? I needed to find a phone mount, and yeah. But on average, out of the drivers, how many bids do you think you put out? Let's say, I bet that's Cash going live.
No, he said a half hour.
Oh. Out of the how much of your day is spent on like one? How many bids do you put out for one driver? Let's say me. I'm here right now. If you knew I was coming to this area, how many bids would you have out to try and get me out of this area today?
Well, first I look and see what my customers have.
Oh yeah.
They have stuff out of here today, but you already have a load, so I'm looking out of Chicago, and we have a new place down there we deal with. I checked with him; he didn't have anything that was really attractive that we kind of wanted to get into. So then I just hit the load board. Well, actually, I went to a broker that I do a lot of stuff with and asked him what he's got, and then I put in a ridiculous bid, and he came back with $100 less, and I said, yeah, I think we can do that.
And it works for me.
Yeah, so I put a lot of time into finding loads. I don't just take one that pops up. It's not, you gotta put the time in. I mean, on a day when I'm looking for a load for somebody, I might put in 4 or 5 bids with different places, but then a lot of places don't take bids. You just gotta, know what they have and, take it or not take it. Not everybody takes bids, and that's not bidding on the click and goes like Convoy and Uber.
No, that's dealing with the relationships that you built with other
Like,
brokers and.
There's a few brokers I got an instant messenger, so when I say put in a bid, I just say, hey, how about this load at this price? So it's not like I'm clicking the bid or whatever. Or there's a couple of them that we email back and forth pretty quick, and so a lot of times if it's like hot, I call right away But if it's not all that pressing, if it's 2-3 days away, then email is just fine.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's here. You know, can I kind of inflate your ego a little bit? Here's one thing
I'm
that
just gonna make fun of you.
here's one thing that I really love about where I'm leased onto.
Don't trick me into thinking that you're gonna get me to say anything nice about it.
I don't expect that, but I'm able to learn. I'm able to learn more about what goes on behind the scenes, like stuff that I might not see or even know about. I get to see and learn from, you know, somebody that I consider pretty damn successful in this industry. And it's well, no, you don't like the pats on the back, but when it comes to booking freight, say for somebody like me, you know the certain lanes I want to run, right? You know where I like to go, where I haven't been, where I don't want to go. So are you looking for freight that, like, you know, appeases me, or is it all about the dollar?
I could give a damn what you want. You go where I say, when I say to be there, and you won't be late.
I don't think, I've said no to you maybe 3 times, right?
Yeah. No, it's I know where you like to go and don't like to go. Like today, you know, there's a couple very high dollar loads going places you don't want to go. So I did ask, but jokingly,
Right.
because I knew what the answer was.
No, but I guess what I was trying to get at is, as the business owner, as the dispatcher, as everything with this entity, would you say you look out like our best interest? Like, you know what we want.
Yeah, but you'll never know about it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you all day what I did for you. It's not the thing. It's
Well, no, I get that, but
plus some of it you would not like. Where you were in the beginning and where you are now, back then you wouldn't have understood most of it anyway. So,
do you think it's important though that a new owner operator asks the questions and tries to learn, or am I over my head with some of the questions and stuff that I ask?
no, you should always ask questions and learn. But when you're like, if you go somewhere because you're like, I'm gonna go where somebody has experience and I trust them to do this, like, follow. You know, if you came there to be led by a person that you believe that they know what they're doing, or sometimes you gotta put just blind faith in somebody or something, right?
Yeah.
And
I
you
agree.
did that, and it worked out. And then after that, you start to ask questions.
Yeah.
Because you gotta develop a level of understanding too. Like, sometimes you might say, well, why the hell is he sending me to frickin' Jamestown, North Dakota? It's the middle of frickin' nowhere. Right?
Yeah.
That one time I sent you to Bismarck. You're like, why the hell are you sending me to Bismarck? And the rate ain't even all that great. It was good. It was like, what,
Yeah, it was.
$3.50 a mile?
It was a good
But
rate.
then I'm like, oh, well, watch this. And then we book, what, an $8,000 load out of Fargo. Or
Fargo.
something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
so
up the road from Fargo.
sometimes you just gotta have a little bit of blind faith. If the person then doesn't support that or proves you wrong, well then, yeah, question it.
Well, and it's also kind of, I guess what's worked for me is I remember telling you, hey, I like going to these certain places. And I believe right
And then
now.
I remember you telling you, shut the hell up, don't ever talk to me like that.
Yeah, right. But I think it's important for somebody to, like, learn lanes, and the best way to learn lanes is run them for a while, get familiar with them, and then you see like I've told you, I've seen the change in the rate, from, let's say, Illinois to Pennsylvania or Wisconsin to Pennsylvania, but then I've seen it go up and down.
Yeah.
That's important for somebody to do, right?
Yeah. My car warranty is up. Let's tell them all about it. They won't even let me answer the phone. They hang up first. How am I supposed to extend my car warranty if they won't let me answer their call?
You're supposed to give them the last 4 of your social.
Hell, I'll give them the whole thing. What I do is give them yours.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got that on file somewhere.
When a telemarketer calls, the first thing I do is reach for your employee file.
Has it been a half hour yet?
No.
because we can watch Cash. We don't have to.
Why? Don't you like talking to your people?
So I know with both feet, I'm meeting Don for the first time today. I don't.
Don's good people. Don's usually first in Cash's all of his chats.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if they can hear me.
Can you give a say something if you can hear DIY?
Give a thumbs up.
Yeah, give a thumbs up if you can hear DIY. Let me know in the chat. I tend to talk loud, and part of that's because I'm usually in my truck and I feel like all the noise around me. I need to talk louder when I'm on lives. Oh yeah,
No, you don't.
people can hear you.
Well, see, I
Samuel.
got a whole bunch of people. See?
Yep. Yeah,
I
so
should watch you too.
we're just hanging out in DIY's office today. I'm learning.
So
What
all
to
have you,
do?
What all have you learned? Let's say
Hey, I hear background noise.
I muted it.
What I have learned?
Yeah.
I've learned a lot. I think the biggest thing I've learned though is the importance of maintaining equipment. To be honest with you, that's the only way I'm going to make money is by having running equipment.
But like about setting yourself up for success, like not setting yourself up to fail. As far as like positioning yourself for appointments and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, I show up at least an hour early to every appointment. Sometimes it's if I know I can go there and park and sleep, I'll go there and park and sleep and be 10 hours early.
But what was like the biggest thing that you would have thought was not important that turns out it is important?
Communication. How to well, no, I had an idea communication was going to be important, but man, that's a tough question.
What about if you ignore a broker's phone calls
That's not good.
and then they call me at 2:30 in the morning yelling at me because you won't answer the phone?
That's not good.
Is that good?
No, don't do that.
Oh.
Respond. Answer your phone even if you're sleeping and they wake you up. They're going to ask you where you are and what your temp is. Where are you? How far out are you? Are you going to make it on time? Yeah, communication. I mean, I think from day one, my communication has been like good because I wanted to succeed. I didn't want to fail at this. I believed in you.
So let me ask you this: it's been a year and 2 weeks and 4 days since you came here and sat in that chair and sat there nervous as all hell.
Taking notes. I was taking
signing
notes. And they were scribbling.
What was going through your mind that day when you were sitting there doing this?
Honestly, I'm in a YouTuber's house that's offering me something that he talked kind of against.
Yeah, a little bit, I guess.
To
you're
be
right.
honest with you. And I was hesitant on, is this real? Like, can I trust this person? But you made it, I mean, I've kind of shared a little bit. Like, you made it, how can I say this? Like, safe. Does that make sense?
Fair
like,
enough.
I wasn't, when I left here that day I was here 12 hours.
Yeah, it was like
Day
10,
one.
10 below zero, and we're trying to put vinyl on a frozen truck
Yeah.
with a hairdryer and a freaking probably a blowtorch at some point.
Yeah. It was fun, though. Could you hear me yelling? Yes, we can hear you. Oh, Don, I did. I heard you loud and clear. Wayne, do you both think about getting started in trucking with TCM or flatbed in general versus van or reefer? So I don't know anything about that company. I did do flatbed for a long time, and I would not go back to it today. If you don't mind like a weird sleep schedule and kind of keeping weird hours, at least for what I do, reefer is, I couldn't be happier running a reefer trailer and running reefer freight. It just seems to always work. No matter where I am in the country, there's always reefer freight. And I'm sure I don't know what dry van freight is like out there. Before I became an owner operator and leased on with DIY here, I ran reefer trailer anyways. I hauled milk. I was a dairy, anything dairy I hauled. So I don't know much. What about you? What are your thoughts?
I've done flatbed, reefer, van, step deck. Um, Flatbed can be a lot of work. Just make sure you're up for the task and take your time. Be safe. Like, you do not want to take shortcuts doing flatbed and stuff because it's a good way to get killed. Stuff falling off the trailer or you fall off the trailer. Be careful when you're tarping loads and such. It's a good way to get hurt. I've fallen, hurt myself real bad. I think everybody has probably at some point that did it for any period of time.
Yeah.
I got 7 years doing that kind of work.
So load bar. This is a crazy. I got knocked out by a load bar. When I went to undo my straps and I pushed down and my hand slipped and the load bar and the ratchet swung up and hit me right in the head and put me onto the ground. I see a lot of TMC trucks on the road. I mean, they're the black with like red or orange writing, right?
TMC will, what hell, they fire you or fine you if you have a dirty truck? Like, they encourage their drivers to ride on each other because they get a reward for finding somebody with a dirty truck.
What?
Like inside, yeah. Yeah, they have a very strict on like cleanliness of the inside of your truck and I think the outside, but flatbed can be very rewarding. I mean, sense of accomplishment. When you get a difficult load or like a pain in the butt, you get there, usually they're happy to see you a lot of times, depending on what you got.
You're going to a lot of job sites too, so they're like waiting for you. So I think if you show up there, the flatbed that I ran when I showed up, they wanted the product off the trailer as fast as they could. So they would, before I was unstrapping my truck, they would have the back 4 pallets off.
Yeah.
I mean, Don says that sounds about right. They're always clean.
Yeah, I've heard guys
TMC
getting
trucks.
actually fired for that. But they fine you. I don't know what the fine is, but I wouldn't take well to that if somebody tried to do that to me.
For not having a clean truck?
Yeah.
Are you telling us Big Orange isn't clean?
It's
She's
not
cleaner than
clean.
my truck.
No, it's not clean because it's pretty much turned into a service truck or whatever anymore. I just throw stuff in there and go, and then like gotta get back here and get back to work, and then do it again whatever time I gotta go again. But
How do you feel about knowing there is a national shortage on all Detroit Series 60 parts?
yeah, it ain't good. I shouldn't need anything like that in the near future, but I think a lot of guys are thinking, well, I'll just buy an older truck and overhaul it. Well, you might not get that overhaul kit. Maybe for the Series 60, I don't know what it's like for the N14 or the Cat. I have no idea, but definitely look into that before you make that decision.
Yeah, call some shops, make sure you can get the parts you need. It's just getting crazy.
Yeah. I'm watching you. I'm watching you, watching me, watching you.
I have so many questions.
Bring it on.
I don't want to.
Bring it on.
Well, just you went from one trailer to you just said you bought 2 more. So how many trailers are you gonna have now?
I think it's 8.
8 trailers. At any point, are you
Yeah,
like,
8.
should I pump the brakes or you know what I mean? Like, what's your goal?
I'm not mortgaged to the hilt on them. I don't really have a goal as far as numbers. I don't really care because if you're doing that, you're like, I think you're just trying to brag or you have a goal on being big, and being big don't mean anything.
Right.
It doesn't. I mean,
I would rather, if I was in your position, I'd rather be, when I say smaller, I don't know what that means in number size, but where you kind of have that personal connection with with the people that are leased onto you.
yeah.
Not where you need to be their friend or anything, but
Well, the only part like that I care about numbers or a number is I think there is a certain point where I'm gonna have to have help. I'm thinking I'm pretty comfortable with 10. if I had 10 trucks on the road. At that point, all the maintenance is getting outsourced. I won't have time to do any of it. But I can very well handle the office work and dispatching for 10, or if I stay here in the office and not be out doing stuff, I mean, I could probably go maybe 15.
And handle it all?
Yeah. But at that point, I gotta start looking at having help. Because what if I get sick, or one of you some bitches drives me to a heart attack?
Well, you better start selling us shares of the company before that happens.
No.
We need a vested interest in the company.
Yeah. That's the only way I would care about numbers.
Well, that makes sense. Oh, it looks like we got a question here from With Both Feet. Did DIY find out how long the trailer from the wreck will take to fix? That's a good question.
I was just over there yesterday. Was it yesterday I was over there? Yeah. Day before? I don't remember. Day before yesterday. And he said probably a week. And we talked about some other options for fixing it. I'm not gonna go the full route of tearing the whole wall apart and tearing the wall apart on the inside. We're gonna splice some uprights in it, section in a piece of frame. Then he'll repair the inside. It's gonna need some Chemlite and some insulation. He's gonna have to take the whole scuff rail off front to back, straighten that out. The damage inside was kind of disproportionate. The damage inside was pretty bad, which I wouldn't have thought, but must have hit it on an angle or something. But damage inside really sucked. But we're gonna be able to get the cost down.
That's good. And we'll build it. You'll be able to save the trailer?
Yeah, it's not totaled. I was just worried.
Yep.
There's a line there where you turn it into insurance or don't turn it into insurance. So we're gonna get the cost down to a point where I'm not gonna turn it in. I'll just pay it.
We have a couple of questions here. Don asks, will you take a driver off the road to help you out?
Not this one. Could you imagine having this guy
I can't.
around all day?
We're all going to have to jump over and watch Cash.
No, we're just gonna take his whole audience. Tell him. So, I did that video about raising your values on insurance, guys. Think hard about that.
It's a real thing.
He just raised his again today for the second time.
Yep.
That truck that got totaled was insured for $40,000, and the agent came back to the guy like, I have no control over it. It was an owner operator, and said, man, that's a damn shame because it was worth over 66. So,
Yep.
And remember this, your APU, once you bolt that APU to your truck, you have no rights to it unless you buy a separate policy on that. So,
And he's 100% right. He overheard my phone conversation today with my insurance agent asking that exact question. If my truck was to get wrecked, can I take the working APU off? And I was told no.
Yeah.
If it's not insured separately.
So you either got to buy a policy on your APU or just raise the value of your truck to cover
The
So you
APU.
put a $10,000 APU on, raise the value of your truck, so then you're kind of getting that money back out. But if you want to keep the APU that didn't get wrecked, then by all means buy a separate policy for that. It wouldn't be much.
No, it's not going to add a lot to the premium.
Once you wreck a truck, you gotta understand the insurance company owns it. It's their property. You can't take anything off that truck. Anything that's attached to it belongs to them.
Yeah.
So it don't matter if it's chrome or chicken lights or whatever. It is their property once they declare it totaled and you agree to take the payment.
Yep. So make sure you prepare's the wrong word. Really value your assets that you have. Every asset right now is so valuable. Don't underinsure it. And it raising it $10, $15, $20,000 does not change your premium that much. I mean, I think mine,
Like $200 a year, wasn't it?
yeah, it's $200 a year for that was the increase on my truck.
Yeah, so I would not have thought that truck was $66,000 for insured value. This 2016 with 680,000 miles on it. I wouldn't have put it that high, but hey,
That's
you might have actually even paid more than 66,000.
Yeah, so make sure you evaluate your equipment and insure it to the proper dollar amount. And I shared this on another video that I did, but how they determine the value of your truck or any piece of equipment you have is they search a 150-mile radius basically from where you live and take the prices of the equipment, high end, low end, and then the middle, and that's what you get. You get the middle of the equipment they're able to find.
Just got an email. Taylor and Martin got hit by a cyber attack. They've had to cancel their auction, take down their website. So yeah, Taylor and Martin, like Ritchie Brothers, got hacked.
Oh no. Mark M asked the question, did it damage any product?
No, luckily he was empty, or that trailer probably would have been totaled. It would have blown the walls out. But just the damage from the trailer was from on the jackknife. The cab went through the side of the trailer, and there were some load bars sticking out. So I think that's probably what did the damage. And yeah, luckily.
So with both feet says, good, that's not a bad turnaround. I'm assuming you're talking about how he's able to fix the trailer. But I don't want to downplay. It's good that you don't have to total the trailer out, that you are able to get it fixed, but it's not good that you even have to be.
No, because there's a tow bill too.
No.
I had to pay part of the tow bill because they assign it. The insurance company will assign part of it to the tractor, part of it to the trailer. So, I paid my part of the tow bill. I don't want to turn that in at this point either. So,
Wayne says, thanks for putting these videos together, guys. You guys are helping so many of us. You probably have no idea. Stay safe out there. Thank you for that comment. I don't think I'm helping anybody.
Who was that?
Wayne.
Oh, okay.
This guy, if you don't follow DIY Semi Trucking and More, you'll learn a lot.
Oh yeah, with both feet. Thanks for saying that. If you're power only, say you're power only for Amazon or JB Hunt or Schneider, it's a very good thing to point out with both feet. Thank you. You probably need to look at raising your non-owned trailer coverage.
Oh,
because you're playing around with somebody else's trailer, probably pulling multiple different trailers. Occasionally you might catch one that's brand new, and hey, look at brand new trailer prices, because if you're underinsured, you're going to come out of pocket for that difference. They're going to sue you. So especially if you're pulling, vans, new vans are pushing $100,000. A new reefer, you're going to be pushing 150, shortly. When things keep going the way they are. So yeah, your non-owned trailer, and sometimes they call it Bailey coverage, will cover your non-owned stuff. So definitely look at upping that. I'm gonna adjust my stuff again, because I feel like maybe I didn't adjust it enough the first time.
well, that's the other thing. You can adjust it. You can adjust all these numbers for your covered policies. You can adjust them every day if you want to.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, what were you going to say?
You were probably going to say it.
The insurance, my insurance lady said you can do it, but eventually, like, they're going to start asking questions like, why are you doing this every single day? What the insurance agent would like you to do is, like what I just said, go out and in the area you live in, and even if they don't have them on the lot, look at how much things are going for in your area, and then adjust your numbers according to that. And it's not what?
I just keep looking at the title and shaking my head.
Yeah, I can't spell. I was in a hurry. Leave me alone. But yeah, it's not scary to adjust your numbers, and you start thinking, man, $10, $15, even $20,000 is going to cost me an arm and a leg, and it doesn't. It really doesn't.
I'm surprised finance companies aren't like pointing that out and recommending or even forcing people to do that.
Yeah.
Because it's their skin in the game too. I mean, I understand
maybe
the loan value doesn't change, but they want to be made whole,
Maybe that's why some of these loans are so predatory. Meaning, crazy insurance or crazy interest rates requiring you to put down 50%.
It is part of the reason.
You
Yeah.
know? Mark M says, all right, I need to give my insurance agent a call and raise the coverage. I thought it was a several thousand for a big bump in value. No, it's not. It's not.
I mean, at a certain point, also, you're gonna have to look at the liability insurance, because if you're with the inflation, if you damage somebody else's property or such, what are other prices increasing at? You know, what kind of rate are they increasing at? So I don't know. It's not mandatory, but cargo especially. You know, cargo insurance, 100. We're gonna be pretty soon here where 100,000 doesn't cut it anymore on cargo insurance. So this guy need to go to 150 or 200. I went up to 300 several years back because I was hauling loads of tennis shoes, and they're high target loads for theft, and the bump was pretty insignificant. But you know, if it's for reefer and it's for meat or seafood or whatever, the bump might be a little bit better. But I'd rather pay a few $100s more a year than pay for a load of beef.
Yeah. Cover yourself.
Yeah.
So I heard you're live the other day with Freight Connect Paul.
I was gonna spit in your cup when you weren't looking, but I won't.
Your Debbie Downer approach hasn't happened. Freight's staying strong.
I reserve the right to be correct at any point.
No, it's a good thing.
No, hey, I always say when I'm wrong, it usually works out better for everybody.
No. Well, you're also a realist. I mean, eventually something has to change eventually.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, something will change.
Yeah, it's just a matter of a lot of different things.
I will be honest. I know there's few people in here. I do feel a little. Why don't you go and cash is on your phone?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I feel a little. I don't know what the word is. Like, I watch Cash religiously, so the fact that I'm not watching them right now is making me feel weird. Mark says I had a military load offer, and the broker was asking for 200K cargo. I only have 100K and found another load on the next phone call. However, the first broker called me back and apologized.
What do you apologize?
What do you apologize for? I think brokers are absorbing some of the slack in the cargo coverage. Really? You think a brokerage would take on? Mark thinks, which I don't know. So I'm not knocking you, Mark, at all. But I'll read his comment. He says, I think brokers are absorbing some of the slack in cargo coverage.
They shouldn't. There's some technicalities there with brokers and cargo insurance, because they don't take possession of the freight. It's kind of a legal thing. So a lot of brokers are wrong in the assumption of how the cargo insurance works. But at any rate, yeah, I've had a couple times where booked a high value load, and they're like, well, you don't have the kind of cargo insurance. And I'm like, well, what if, would you see, they can buy spot coverage for the gap. Even Triumph will offer that. So, or not Triumph. There's some online places that'll offer that. They'll give you a temporary gap coverage. And I said, hey, how about $100, or I'll take $100 off the rate if you'll cover that gap. And they're like, oh, let me get it approved, and then they'll get it approved, and then you can haul the freight. It's not all the time, though.
Oh man, with both feet. Both feet just made 2 comments. I'm glad Paul straightened DIY out. I was saying, so am I.
I'm happy to be straightened out by a man like Paul.
But then he said, it's Cash's birthday too, taking his audience like that.
Oh, see, traditionally you give people presents on their birthday. We like to take things.
Like I said, Cash, I'm sorry, man. I should end this anyways. It was a weird. Oh, Mark said it was a weird phone call talking to that broker. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest with you, and I mean, I'm as transparent as I can get. Is I don't really talk to the broker to negotiate anything. That's this guy's job. But I do talk to brokers almost every load I'm on or one of our customers, and I haven't had that terrible of an experience with brokers. Like I said, though, I'm not talking dollars and cents like a lot of you guys probably are. I leave that to the big kahuna over here. He can handle that.
Skim a little off the top for yourself.
Ooh. I better double check these
How do you like
these
them phony, how
Raycons.
do you like them phony Raycons I give you?
Why is there a picture of you up here in the corner?
Yeah,
Hello,
we should probably end this.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming in here. We gotta
Hello, sir.
end this now. Take it easy.